Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Waterstones Hampstead. We are proud to present this evening a Member of Parliament who has held positions such as Education Secretary, Health Secretary and Home Secretary. Some of you might know him as the man on the left from the BBC's This Week, armed with nothing but a bottle of Blue Nun. Please welcome the Right Honourable Alan Johnson.
Thanks very much. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I had to go to an Amnesty International event where we read the works of writers imprisoned in their own country. I read some Jeffrey Archer. This is a historic moment for you. I mean, it's for me. Sorry, for you. You've come out on a really cold, windy night. It looks like rain as well. I'm so pleased you have. But this is the very first time I've had a chance to talk about my book, and it's the first of quite a few events around the country with Waterstones. And you know, this morning I did an interview on BBC Breakfast, and I'm told that the strapline was Alan Johnson, politician and author, and I can't tell you how much that means to me, because you know, I'm probably like many of you, when you love reading, you kind of have the urge to see if you can write. So, and I love football and tried to play, and I was useless. So I love music and had my moments. Story accurately, then I'll be pleased. Thank you. Thank you. Take some questions, yeah.
Like you, I come from a working class background, and there's only a year that divides us. I was born in 49, you were born in 1950.
Christ, you look so much older.
Was there anything you couldn't write about because it was too painful or embarrassing? Or the bits you thought, I'll leave that?
Yeah, there were a bit. You go through a kind of a process of leaving things out. I mean, I didn't describe some of the squalors kind of as graphically as I could. There are also some things that I did as a kid at sort of 13, 14, that for a former Home Secretary might have. Didn't smoke anything. And also there was a feeling, Brian, I suppose I would say this, but I didn't want to overdo it on some of these things. So there's stories about my schoolmates, Colin James, and some of the girlfriends and all that. And actually, if you go on for too long about that, it drifts away from the narrative about Lily and Linda. And so some of that was about making it as concise as I could as well.
And what about if you contrast some of the sad times with the happy times? What highlights do you remember as a child?
Well, I did a lot of the happy times there as well. In fact, there's one where my sister sits me down and tries to explain the facts of life. And I was 11, 12, and she decided, and I think it'd been my mum was still alive in hospital. My mum's subcontracted it out to Linda. You tell him, I can't, because you know his dad should be here to tell him, but you tell him. And she sat me there and she said, "Do you know how babies are made?" And I said, "Yeah, of course they are." And I was absolutely confident I knew, because I'd seen Princess Margaret's wedding to Anthony Armstrong-Jones on the television. Now before that, I could never figure out how you had to be married to have babies. I couldn't figure that out. But the camera, black and white, was at the altar, and then suddenly they went off with the Archbishop of Canterbury, obviously to sign a book. I thought they went behind the screens, she had an injection, and that meant she could then have babies. So as my sister sits there, I tell her this, yeah, I know, yeah, blah, 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 I explained it, and she would look to see whether I was joking. So that shows the analytical skills I brought to 5 different campaigns.